My weekend piece is called The African Development Bank is a Force Multiplier. The AFDB and its erudite and sophisticated President Adesina dialed up Kenya this month. President Adesina, amongst many things, sports a vivacious bow tie on most occasions. President Kenyatta, who's clearly partial to the AFDB president, arrived about 30 minutes early for an Africa 50 function I attended. I said to President Adesina, in my experience, that is unbelievable and off the charts, as it were, and it speaks to the esteem with which you are evidently held. Subsequently, and after a visit to State House, I noted President Kenyatta announced the following via tweet. I have directed all government accounting officers, including principal secretaries, parastatal heads, vice-chancellors of public universities, and chairmen of state corporations, that there will be no new government projects that will be embarked on until those that are ongoing are complete. And I thought to myself, that is influence for you. The president of the AFDB operates in a very subtle and Sun Tzu way, and was elected as the 8th president of the African Development Bank on May 28, 2015. Before that, he was Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, and before that was at AGRA here in Nairobi. The AFDB was founded in 1964 and comprises 3 entities: the African Development Bank, African Development Fund, and the Nigeria Trust Fund. The AFDB's mission is to fight poverty and improve living conditions on the continent through promoting the investment of public and private capital in projects and programs that are likely to contribute to the economic and social development of the region. The mission statement has been reinterpreted and fine-tuned under the banner headline, The High Fives. The high five is a hand gesture that occurs when 2 people simultaneously raise one hand each, about head high, and push, slide, or slap the flat of their palm against the flat palm of the other person. The gesture is often preceded verbally by a phrase like "give me 5, high five," or "up high." Its meaning varies with the context of use and can include as a greeting, congratulations, or celebration. The use of the phrase as a noun has been part of the Oxford English Dictionary since 1980 and as a verb since 1981. The phrase is related to the slang "give me 5," which is a request for some form of handshake. Variations include "slap me 5, slip me 5, give me some skin," with 5 referring to the number of fingers on a hand. Linguistics is a much underestimated thing, but the choice of high five is typical of the AFDB. It's very can-do and yes we can, which I have found is exactly the correct starting point for practically anything. The high fives are to light up and power Africa, feed Africa, industrialize Africa, integrate Africa, and improve the quality of life for the people of Africa. I don't think you'll find anyone who's going to argue with these coordinates. According to the latest data, cumulative loans signed, net of cancellations, as at 31st December 2017, amounted to $62.33 billion, and total disbursed and outstanding loans as at 31st December 2017 was $24.88 billion. The scale of the bank is seen in its plan to raise $8 billion from the global capital markets in 2018. Here in Kenya, the AFDB has a $3.1 billion portfolio that spans the last mile project, i.e. switching on the light bulb at the household level, Lake Turkana Wind Power, the Ethiopia-Kenya Power Interconnection, the Thika Superhighway, the Road to Ethiopia, and various lending programs which seek to stimulate the SME sector. This is not an exhaustive list. The AFDB is a force multiplier. Each dollar it puts to work has a multiplier effect. Where the AFDB leads, others follow. It would be interesting to scientifically measure the multiplier ratio. I came across this Jorge Luis Borges quote, which I'm sure it was Victor Oladipo who inserted it, on the AFDB website, "Don't talk unless you can improve the silence." President Adesina spoke about the private sector and its need to influence. And I was left thinking about how Africa is not one country but 55 countries at the last count, and that one of our singular disadvantages is that marshalling 55 voices into one voice is no easy task. And in my humble opinion, the AFDB is probably the premier voice articulating a Pan-African vision and advocating in the Pan-African interest. And this is crucial if we are, as a continent, to move meaningfully into the bright new future that our more than 1 billion fellow Africans are all wishing for.